Smoking some cigs in an Audi. Splashing that Florida water till I get a Maserati. Whip it like whip it like a Ferrari. What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be discussing quick and easy tips. Well, depends on what you believe is easy and in accordance to your own willpower, what can be deemed as easy. Basically speaking, willpower is the foundation of everything a man does. If you don't have the willpower to do things, you won't accomplish anything. A lot of occultists and philosophers and Aleister Crowley, Anton LaVey, even Adolf Hitler said that the key to power and the root of power is in the willpower, the willpower of the people, the willpower, individual willpower. I'll give you an example with this stuff. A lot of people say, this is magical, this has sacred properties, cleansing, blah 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 blah. I use this shit as an aftershave, Why? Because it smells good, and it burns like a motherfucker. Wakes you right the hell up. So, if you need something to sober you up, if you're a little, screwed up on the substances, you can just whiff this stuff, wake you right up, As for supernatural qualities, none whatsoever so far. Like I said, I splash this shit on almost every day. Burns like a motherfucker, disinfects all the shaving and the razor burns and all that stuff. And that's about it. And how does that pertain to willpower? Well, you see, a lot of people say, oh, this is sacred, this is cleansing, and if enough people believe such things, then willpower could sort of be infused into this, and then you buy it and you're like, oh yeah, it works. A lot of people said it works, and then you believe it works. See, it's also a basis of belief. But anyway, cutting to the chase right quick, what tips can I provide you? Now, easy tips are things like improving yourself, basically. Self-improvement and anything that could be deemed as self-improvement, be it lifting weights. You need to find the willpower and the dedication. That's why I work out every single day, 7 days a week, because I said to myself, I'm going to lift weights, I want to build muscle, I want to look good, I want to maintain health and physique and all this stuff, so I use my willpower to just start that and to continue on that path. If a person has weak willpower, they'll do it for like a week or two and they'll stop. So it's sort of like a test. If I only worked out 3 times a week, I know myself, I kind of would like slack off and get lazy or whatever, and sooner or later I'd stop altogether. So this is why I do it every single day. Another thing you could do is dress better. Obviously, I'm giving you examples from my personal life and from my personal experiences. You dress better. I mean, if you're in business-related industries, you're gonna have to dress better anyway. You have to dress professional. But if you're a young man, you gotta look sharp. If you want to influence people and you want to have things go your way, you're gonna have to dress nice. It's intimidating. It's a force within itself. So there's days, of course, that I want to just wear shorts and a polo, or I always try to strive to look the best as I possibly can. But there's just some days where you're just super lazy. You just want to wear a wife beater and like some shorts, or some basketball shorts and some sneakers or whatever, or some sandals. You really don't feel like going all the way, But that could be the day where you actually need that extra vibe and that intimidation and all that stuff, So I kind of made it a staple to try to basically put on nice articles of clothing every single day, Even if it's just a shirt and a tie, or just a dress shirt alone with some jeans or whatever and some sneakers. The test of willpower and strengthening willpower starts with small steps, So, like I said, there's days where I don't feel like doing putting in the effort of looking nice. But those are the days where willpower is tested, and you prove to yourself that your willpower is strong by actually doing it, and maintaining that, how should I say, that thing that you set out to do, that path that you chose, basically speaking, right? Now, harder things to really, really test and improve your willpower is to be, how should I say, you have to find a really, really attractive female. If you're a man, obviously, it's very hard to resist the approaches or the offerings of a very attractive female. And ideally, this female has to be willing to go to bed with you, right? And what you do is you must, this works even better if you haven't engaged in any sexual activities or masturbation for, let's say, 2, 3 days, 4 days. So everything is telling you to bang this chick, right? She's naked right in front of you, like just spread eagle, whatever, begging for, the pounding, and you have to resist. Okay, now this is kind of fucking ridiculous. Like I said, this is why it's a hard test and a hard way to improve willpower. All of you guys don't have to do this because, like I said, there's a lot easier ways, but this is like, how should I say, this is a very quick way to improve willpower in a very short amount of time, because like I said, for us men, it's hard to resist such things. You're horny, there's a chick naked right in front of you, you have a raging boner, and how are you going to say no to that? There's a lot of things that a guy could say no to in this world, but something like that, it's kind of hard. You could say no to a drink, you could say no to a smoke, you could say no to hanging out at a bar with your friends or whatever, or even you could even say no to a date or whatever. But if you have a female just spread eagle right in front of you, that's the test of willpower. And if you say no, you're gonna feel fucking ridiculous, and if you walk away, you're gonna feel fucking ridiculous for a limited amount of time. But then you will realize what you have just done and how your willpower has strengthened, and you said, I just refused that, then I could pretty much refuse anything, and I am in control of myself, and I am in control of my emotions, and I am in control of everything I do. I do not let circumstances or people or anything affect my willpower and what I do. You see what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's kind of like an individual thing. So find things that are very hard to resist for you. Let's say you like ice cream. You really like peach sorbet by Haagen-Dazs, which I actually do enjoy quite a bit. But let's say you like it like a lot, and it's hard to resist when offered up to you, or if it's just chilling in the freezer. You have like a whole pint of freaking this peach ice cream, right? And then you just think about it the whole time, and then you open the freezer and you're like, damn, I really want that, And if every essence of your being gravitates towards that, and you deny that to yourself, that strengthens your willpower, And then you will be able to resist it a lot easier. And like I said, that ice cream will have no control over you. And then you choose when to indulge in it. You're like, I could go for some ice cream now or whatever, There's a lot of people that get hooked into the cycle again. So they resisted and their willpower was strengthened, but then their willpower falls again when they eat this ice cream. And they're like, oh, I remember how good this was. And then they get addicted and hooked to the whole cycle as well. So these are various examples that I just gave you. I'm not going to get into, obviously, if you beat any sort of addictions in your life, whether it be alcoholism or any type of addiction, really, that is a test of willpower. If you have a weak willpower, you'll fall prey to addiction over and over again. If you have a strong willpower, you'll reject it and you'll continue and you'll move on with life, because you'll realize that you are the master of your being, and not substances and not things and not people. And it's very hard to do, guys. Like, you may be saying like, oh, you're just talking out of your ass, you've never been through all these things, how do you know? Guys, I've been through it all pretty much. I've been through a lot of bullshit in life, and through that my willpower has exponentially grown. You know, if it wasn't for those things, you know, I would still be just a little beta weakling. But after you experience enough things in life, you will realize you either strengthen yourself and become a powerful force, or you will just be a servant to others, basically. And their willpower will overrule yours, and you will be a slave to them. So this is why I strengthen my willpower on a daily basis through minute things. You may not think it's a big deal, but it really is. So guys, even if you don't have a job in a professional atmosphere, and you think that like dress clothes are kind of stupid or whatever, you don't have to go all out. You know what I'm saying? So start with little steps. Like I said, dress better on a daily basis to whatever your style, whatever you believe your style to be. But try to improve. That's what I'm saying. And if you do that over and over again, and if you avoid the laziness and the setbacks, your willpower will improve on a slow, at a slow pace. Like I said, the key to quick willpower empowerment is to do very drastic and intense things. Like I said, having like the hottest female you ever seen in front of you, just butt naked, ready to go, and then you just resist that. So you know that you resist that, you can resist anything. You know, so take it for what it is, guys. It's not easy. You know, it's not easy, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do if you want to be successful. If you want to be powerful, then you gotta focus on willpower and self-improvement and the ways in which you can influence people as opposed to people influencing you. You know what I'm saying? You could have influences from various different places, but at the end of the day, you got to use those influences as power and then radiate your own influence. You know what I'm saying? So peace out, people. Hope that helped.